Hello and welcome to the Matthew Alton Art channel again. Here I am with another video. I was catching up tonight on a Raw Umber Studios life drawing session that I actually missed on Wednesday evening. So before going to bed tonight I thought I'd try and catch up because there is a portrait session that they're running tomorrow on Sunday afternoon about 4 o'clock. So I sort of wanted to catch up so that I could possibly do that one live tomorrow. This is working from a model called Stephanie. It's a photograph. The sessions, you join up and we're all using a photograph and drawing from the same photograph. There is a professional artist demonstrating how they're doing it, and you can draw along or just watch the demonstration. You can see that I'm working with grey paper again like I did for the portrait session, which was the last video I think that I did for the channel. This time using a 4B pencil, and you'll see later on using a white pencil for adding highlights. You can see that I've started by drawing the outline, trying to triangulate as I normally do when I'm doing life drawing. So checking where things are in relation to each other, size-wise, angle-wise, horizontal, vertical, that sort of thing. And as soon as I've sort of got most of the figure in, I can then start adding the shading, which I'm doing now. The sessions are an hour long, so it's quite a long time compared to what I'm used to for a life drawing session, I guess. But not that long to get a polished picture finished. But overall, by the time that we get to the end of the session, I'm fairly happy with what I've got. Not too terrible. You can still see that I'm adding the shading here at the moment. The grey tone of the paper will of course become the medium sort of shading on this. It depends really on the drawing as to whether it's middle, the grey is the middle of that tonal range, or whether it's towards one end or the other, and you don't really know that until you've added the darks and maybe some other highlights as well. It's an A4 sheet of paper, so quite small drawing, but it's quite difficult to do larger in an hour, I suppose. I'd actually watched the tutorial one evening after Wednesday when it was live, so I didn't need to watch what was going on the screen with the actual artist who was demonstrating. I'd sort of watched it beforehand. So it was me remembering what he'd said and listening, of course, to what he was saying rather than looking. For those of you interested in life drawing and practicing drawing, I think Raw Umber Studios is really good. I said this on all of the videos that I've mentioned them in. It's a really good resource. It's worth subscribing. I'll put a link to it as usual for the videos that I've been doing from Raw Umber Studios references. You can see now that I'm starting to add some of the highlights to the bits where the light is shining onto the model, catching the model. I'm not quite as subtle as I should be, I think. The professional artist who was demonstrating this ended up being far more subtle than I am. But I suppose it will come with practice, to be honest. Which is why I'm doing all of these practices, to improve. Overall, I'm not too dissatisfied with it. It's fairly in proportion, I think. Fairly accurate to the actual photograph that we were all using. The ribs were quite prominent on the photograph with light just casting across them. But I think overall I've made them a bit too strong, which is a shame. But you live and learn. There's quite a lot of sort of reflected subtle light from the floor, which I'm trying to get along the thigh there. So there's sort of a core shadow in lots of areas between the strong highlight and the reflected light. You can see that a bit on the arm there that I'm just moving. So there's some reflected light in the back of the arm there from the body. Using a putty rubber to erase. I'm not used to using sort of white pencil. It's quite waxy compared to normal graphite. But that's what the artist demonstrating was using, so I thought I'd try and do the same. Well, this is the final drawing. Overall, I'm not unhappy with it at all, really. It's an hour's worth of work. It's fairly in proportion. I think I've managed to get the light quite nicely and the shape of the thighs and the body quite well. As I say, the ribs are perhaps a bit too in your face. The face is okay. It's half a decent likeness. So overall, not too bad. And certainly not too bad considering it's an hour long. Glad I decided to do it and catch up. I hope that you've enjoyed watching me do this sketch and it might inspire you to have a go yourself at something similar. If you have enjoyed it, then do give it a thumbs up. As you know, if you're a regular here, I'm trying to increase the views for the channel and increase numbers of subscribers and stuff. And if there's lots of likes, then that helps the algorithm. If you are new here, then please do consider subscribing. I'm trying to create a couple of videos a week where possible, maybe more, maybe less. It depends on how busy I am with my day job. There'll be all sorts of videos this year, not just time lapses of me creating work, but also maybe videos where I talk about my income streams from this art business that I'm trying to get off the ground. It's hard work, but you know, if other people are trying to do the same, they may learn something from me, or they may comment in the comments about things that I could do to improve. Talking of comments, then please do comment if you enjoyed the video, and also give me any tips if you have any. Right, I think that's all I have to say. I will see you on the next one. Thank you very much for your time watching this video, and I'll see you soon. Bye.